Hey there, and welcome to Behind the Screen, the podcast where we sit down with your favorite TTRPG creatives to talk shop, share stories, and take a peek behind the screen. I'm your host, Brad Zillman, and with me always are one of my four best friends, Loss Wendell.
Yo!
Loss, how are you today, my friend?
I am sick.
You're sick, that's right. You
Sick all
texted me
day,
this
but I'm
morning.
still here, so.
It's okay. You're a trooper, and
That's right.
if I had
I'm
an
a trooper.
award to
I'm
give
in the
to you,
military, and I troop around.
you troop around. This is true. This is
I'm
true.
not
I've seen you
actually
do
in
it.
the military.
Well, Loss, tell me,
Anywho,
what are we doing here today?
we have a very special guest with us today. We have the one and only AJ Winter.
Ayo! Sorry, that's how you joined, so I figured I should also match that energy.
Don't apologize for
I will
awesomeness.
never. I shall never. I've never been this boastful in my life, but today, I'm awesome.
It's that day.
Today's
Rumor
the day.
has it you've done podcasts.
I know podcasts.
I've heard of them. They're like the radio, but online.
But online, and
Yeah.
just online.
Only online.
I'm just old enough to really know those sorts of references, like where we transitioned from radio to, streaming service musics and things like that. And I remember what a floppy disk is.
I've witnessed
Thank
the
you.
rise and fall of Napster.
Yeah.
LimeWire.
Who played Sticky Bear growing up? Raise your hand.
MySpace.
What
yeah.
is
What?
Sticky Bear?
Oh no, did I age
This might
myself
be a
over, you
US
guys?
It's not a U.S.
It was
thing,
an
I
elementary
promise.
math game for the computer. It was Sticky Bear. It was math.
Oh, you're a nerd. That's
No.
what. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
First off, not so much an insult as it was when I was a nerd.
No,
So-
I embrace being a nerd now, but back in the
back
day,
then.
back in the 80s, 90s.
I was born in '86, so '90s
Okay,
for
cool.
me.
Yep. I was just
Do
kind
I
of
look
throwing
that
it out. No.
'80s?
But when you don't want to say the younger version and then have
Oh, yeah.
that person feel worse.
Yep.
So you just kind of age up just to make sure.
That's right. I'm
that you
actually
don't
70
accidentally-
years old. I was born in
Yeah.
the '50s.
Here's the thing. I am an old woman, and my roommate jokes that I was born in the 1800s. So, if anything, I'm older than both of you.
Hey, yes. A, yes. B, I understand that because I own cardigans and I'm told I'm like an 80-year-old man.
I am 80.
Oh, goodness. How interesting. Would you like a Werther's original?
Always. Who turns down Werther's originals these days?
Nobody.
Okay,
AJ gets this.
I love this. AJ's done podcasts. Okay,
I know podcasts.
I known podcasts.
Yes.
Perfect.
I have heard of podcasts.
Name 3.
Oh, don't make me do that.
Let's not
No.
let's not put AJ in the hot seat just yet. What we
Disney
should
Plus, HBO Max.
do. Oh, those are podcasts.
I think if I just threw out some names like Quest Runner, Talk About Dogs, Friends, Me, and the Guy Downstairs. I feel like those exist.
If Friends, Me, and the guy downstairs doesn't exist, I really
does
want
now.
to.
That is the name of this.
Could you imagine going down to your
Yeah.
downstairs neighbor just being like, knock, knock, knock. You want to do a podcast with me and my friends?
Yeah. That's how that started. Or he came, what is
Yeah,
it?
it
The
was
Rockers.
his idea.
And then they invited him inside, and they was so good that they started a podcast with the guy downstairs. Yeah.
That's exactly it. Oh, gosh.
It's
I
almost
feel like
like
that
a-
needs to be a sitcom, if not
It
a
is.
podcast
I mean,
immediately.
it's kind of like Seinfeld, right? I mean, we don't really like Seinfeld. Do you know Seinfeld? Whoa.
First
Sorry.
off, you're not missing much. I think it's one of the worst sitcoms of all time. I'll say it.
It is pretty bad. So Jerry Seinfeld, the comedian, right? Oh wow. Sorry, I assumed, and I'm sorry.
Here's the
Oh,
hard
Brad.
thing with me.
Yes.
Is it could be my age, it could be that I'm Australian, or it could be that I've lived in a fantasy world in my head most of my life. And
It's
so
probably
even
that.
though I am, 30,
You know what the crazy part is, AJ? It's all 3.
Yeah. It's probably correct.
Okay. Never mind.
Yes, and.
Just No,
Brad's
Seinfeld.
just in his mind right now. He's going, and I'm cutting that bit.
Please
What about
don't leave
cut
it in.
it out? Okay, no. We're done.
Is that
This
a
is
Friends reference?
that's not a Friends
Close.
reference.
Full House.
Full House. Okay, I do know. I do
Mary
know.
Kate,
I've
Ashley
never
Olsen.
seen. Yeah. The beginnings when they're cute and someone tried to get them fired off that show and it didn't work.
You're
and
perfect. You got it.
I
You
know
know it.
facts.
Never seen an episode, but I know facts.
I genuinely feel like I just live in like a vaguely space in which I have such random pockets of information. I do feel like an extraterrestrial where I have arrived on Earth and I read or I downloaded like a bunch of information into my brain, but it's
Yeah.
only the wisps of that information. So when people talk to me, I seem relatively like I am human, but then people ask further questions and I no longer have the information.
There's-
Greetings, Earthlings. Do you also go to Central Perk?
Yes. Hello, hello, peoples. of
I
the
know
internet.
podcasts.
The internet.
I know podcasts.
Okay, so
We are on the web.
we are on the web. Speaking of the
its
web,
world
it's time to do dice breakers, Loss. All
Incredible.
right. I'm
I
glad.
totally forgot to pull up the music again.
You know what? That's a-okay. I'll fix it in post. You both are going to roll a d20. Whoever rolls the highest gets to roll a d100 for a prompt. So let's get it going.
Sorry, I just saw that Loss and I we have the same dice.
Oh, that's awesome!
Oh my god.
It is the same dice.
That's so cool.
That is sick.
Let me ask
Hell
real
yeah.
quick. Did you get those from 1985?
I did. Oh, no.
I made it to 1985.
Sorry.
Time out. I was born in 86. We're just talking normal.
Of course. Sorry. Yep. I podcast.
I podcast.
Dice roll?
Dice roll, please. Dice roll. What we
Ooh,
got?
shit. A 9.
That's a double 9 for 18.
2 9.
Don't-
We both. Sorry.
Wait.
We have the same dice, and we both
Oh.
rolled a 9.
No, I
Oh.
rolled an 18,
okay.
which is 9 times 2. I was
Oh,
being
thank
clever
goodness.
with my
I was
rolls.
gonna say, I feel like the universe is gonna break.
All right, Loss. Give me a d100, please. AJ, since you lost, you get to go first.
28.
28. All right.
Okay.
So, you can add this into any of your characters that you've ever played. Okay. Some of these are human, like us, or robot facts.
Like us, human like us, yes.
Yes,
And the
human
others can
like
be,
us.
character based. Any of your actual plays, any of your home games that you've ever played.
Okay.
But this one might go with the game that you're currently running. Okay. What are your characters' hobbies and interests outside of their class?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so currently I am in a mini arc of Wild Magic West, in which Whitney, Smoking Glue Guns, is DMing on Winter's Tales. I play a witch, a bone druid named Gam Gam, who throws bones and talks to dead bones and is just the riot of a,
I love
of a
it.
person. But we're learning that Gam Gam has a lot of interests or a lot of stories. Sort of, when you interact with an old druid, they just say things out loud. Some of the classic lines from Gam Gam so far have been, "I don't have knees." And "I was a whore for 3 days once."
I love Gam Gam. Oh my god.
Yeah. So hobbies outside of my class details. I think Gam Gam loves making hat bread,
Okay.
and she carried a soup carrier on her back
Wait.
for a whole trip once, and
Can I ask?
made soup.
What's hat bread?
Good question. Who knows?
Okay.
I made it up. I think she druid crafts bread in other people's hats.
I love that.
That's called acting, Brad. You just been acted on.
Thank you.
Correct. Yeah.
I love Gam
So
Gam.
that's Gam Gam is unique.
I love Gam Gam is like the perfect character in my mind right now.
Okay.
Okay. No, just I honestly
I mean, that's a compliment. I'll take that to my grave.
no,
Tell.
I love playing old people or, older people.
There's something so fun about it. I just knew going in I had to play because it's a show that I'm producing. I didn't want to play one of the main characters or a character that had a deep arc within the story or had anything super relevant. So I came as comic relief, and that quickly became very much not the case because there were other people of the party that I had to wrangle. So she sort of became comedy meets also the parental figure sort of guiding them, but in ridiculous bone witchy ways. So
But I love it. I love Gam Gam. Gam Gam is... I'm in for this. How many episodes have you started, or when does it release, or anything like that? Or is it already going?
It's already going.
Okay.
I think by the time this is out, it's already gone. There's 3 episodes. It will be on the Winter's Tales YouTube. So it
Perfect.
is chapter 4 of Wild Magic West. And Wild Magic West, each chapter is like a season.
Okay.
There's only 3 or 4 episodes, and they're not congruent with the other chapters. So
I
you
love
can
that.
you can pick up a chapter and just watch it, and you don't have to have watched 1, 2, and 3 to know what's going on with 4.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
All right, Loss, your turn. What's your character's hobbies or interests outside of their class? And
Well-
it's kind of weird, but go ahead.
We're kind of between everything right now because we just filmed our season finale, and we're gonna start something new. So I'm gonna do the new character who
Yes.
I haven't really put too much thought into, but I'm now gonna make this a key part of their character.
Canon. Make
It's
it
canon.
canon.
Exactly.
It's canon.
Boom.
Magic's
So I'm
happening
gonna be
in this very
playing
moment.
an orangutan in overalls by the name of Dr. Thaddeus Cornwallis, who goes by Curly. And what he loves to do in his spare time, and he doesn't know why he does it because his memory's not so good anymore. But it's kind of like muscle memory to a degree. He is really good at cribbage.
Okay.
Cribbage is a card game.
Thank you.
That's traditionally for 2 players that involve.
I know card games.
No. I wasn't expecting
sorry.
a big reaction.
Oh, wait, do you want to
Barely
take it
expecting a
again?
Small. No,
Take it again,
don't
AJ.
you-
Let's
no,
do this.
don't
All right,
you
we
do-
got
no,
this. Go ahead,
don't
Loss.
you
I mean,
dare.
just say you
Oh,
play
cribbage! I played that as a kid.
Man,
Yeah.
Curly
That's awesome.
plays cribbage. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna make an encounter
Look,
for
I
this.
understand that it's a card game for old people. That doesn't escape
Is it?
me. Yes.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I play it all the
Can
time.
you place money on it?
If you try hard enough, I'm sure you can.
Okay. I'm sure if you tell me the rules, maybe I will actually know what this is. Maybe it's just that I don't know the name of it.
Doubtful. It's
I
a
was
card
trying to
game
help,
that's traditionally for
Loss.
2 players.
Okay.
So essentially, you have a board with pegs in it, and then a 52 deck playing card.
Sorry,
and you try to-
sorry, go back. A
Okay.
card game that has a board with pegs in it.
Correct.
I've
Okay.
seen this.
No, I'm with
I've
you.
seen
Continue.
it before.
And so you have to make specific groupings of cards by, on your turn. And then when you create something, that's how you get points. So,
Okay.
like, for instance, if you have any combination of cards that adds up to exactly 15, you'll get 2 points, so you can move the peg 2 spots. If you get, like,
Oh.
a run of 3s, you'll get 3 points. or
Okay.
run of 4s, 5s,
You
etc.,
know-
etc.
I like it.
AJ, I
It
just
sounds like
go ahead.
Go Fish meets Battleship.
I can dig that, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to change it. He just plays Go Fish and Battleship and combines them.
Love it.
And no one
Calls it
understands
cribbage.
the rules.
Calls it
Yeah,
cribbage.
It's
he calls
D&D.
it
No one's invented. No one's invented cribbage yet in D&D. So that's what he calls it.
AJ,
Exactly.
it's also
That's
known
exactly
as
it.
crib.
Yes.
So you might have heard of it as crib. You've heard it as crib, right?
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Crib.
That's the game with where you make all the like pairs and then you
There's-
move
there's
the pegs
combinations of
depending on the
pegs.
points that
Exactly.
You get. Yeah, like
It's
if you
kind
get
of like-
15, you can move to.
It's
Got it.
it's kind of like
Yeah, I know crib.
it's kind of like Go Fish and Battleship.
You two
Oh,
think
yep,
you're
yep,
really
yep.
funny? You think you're the
I'm
comedy people?
hilarious.
You're laughing, ha ha. Okay.
I've been told I'm awesome and I have to match that energy this entire podcast.
I know podcasts.
So
told you
I'm
that?
hilarious. I'm so funny. I'm the most funny I know.
Oh man, this is good. I love this. I think we have time for one more dice
One more.
breaker.
Okay, that's fine.
Understood.
Understood.
All right.
All right. Please roll a D20.
It's 16.
5.
Okay. AJ, please roll a D100,
Oh, sure.
if you don't mind.
Oh, I mind terribly, but I'll do it anyway. 29 again.
Oh my
so
God.
let me roll that one more time.
Cribbage.
40.
40. Wonderful. All right,
You
Loss.
sunk my battleship.
Where does your character feel most home? And this is Dr. Curly, right?
Dr. Thaddeus Cornwallis, who goes by the name of Curly.
Okay, where does Curly feel like he's most at home?
Oh. Well, in his home, which is the spaceship everybody lives on.
Yeah, the Cutlass.
Yeah, so that's his home.
Incredible.
Okay.
Where he feels the most
Yeah.
home. That's why he's the janitor of the ship. 'Cause he takes
How
care
does he
of his
decorate
baby.
his bunk?
Oh, this is good. Thank
mostly
you.
with, this is a great question.
Taking notes.
The answer is with sponges and mops and cleaning sprays.
Oh,
Love it.
Yeah, so he
Heavy
lives in like
chemical
the
cleaning sprays.
utility supply closet equivalent.
Well, one
on the
would
ship.
say that is his room.
He has a hammock in there, so it classifies as room,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Understood.
that's how a room is classified in our world. Does
Of
it have a
course.
hammock?
Per hammock.
Yeah.
It is a room. Yeah. 2 hammocks, living room.
Oh,
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
And AJ, what about Gam Gam?
Yes.
What does Gam Gam call home?
Gam Gam is a wanderer. I don't think Gam Gam has a home, but lately, in one of the episodes we just aired, she slept in a cauldron after the soup had been consumed out of it because it was still warm inside. So I'm gonna say wherever Gam Gam finds purchase, really.
I love it. I love
Wherever
it.
Yeah.
it's the warmest and most
Yeah.
comfortable.
Where my cushy is warm.
I love Gam Gam. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Moving right along, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's
The
start.
ice has been broken.
Ice has been broken.
Bam,
The
bam,
dice
bam,
helped
bam.
it. And let's start where every good story starts. In the beginning. AJ, you got into TTRPGs or D&D because you were staying at a hotel that was hosting a convention.
Correct. Yep.
Moving right along. No,
Yep. Yes, and so my dad's workplace booked us into a hotel on a trip to New York that I was going on with my parents when I was like
Yes.
16 years old. We walk through the lobby doors into the hotel, and it just so happens that DexCon 15 was being hosted there that very same weekend. And so me, gleeful little nerd that I am, sees fauns and fairies and satyrs walking around the lobby and just squeals with delight that is completely contrasted by the look of absolute terror and disgust in my father's face, I assume. I don't remember very clearly, but I'm sure he was very distraught by the fact that we were going to be staying in a hotel that was also a nerd convention for the weekend. And then my parents said, well, let's buy you a ticket to this 3-day nerd festival. We're going to go do all the plans that we had planned, all the actual touristy things that we wanted to do. And you can just have fun playing pretend for a weekend because we know that that's what you actually now want to do, that you've seen this as a possibility. So I bought my first set of elf ears, played
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons for the first time, joined a LARP in which I think I scared some grown men by being a little bit too into the roleplay and demanding that they
Yeah.
tell me where a character is that I was hunting down in my backstory and had nothing to do with the plot of the actual LARP. I do remember slamming someone else's drink down on the tavern table and
God.
getting pretty aggressive with them.
and that's how it all happened.
Normal things.
Normal things that you
And that's the
do.
origin of me learning Dungeons and Dragons.
That is so
Coincidence.
cool. Okay, so
Yeah.
you literally jumped in head first.
Yes.
Like, okay, so you saying that you enjoyed the fantasy-esque stuff at that time. What was like?
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you enjoyed? Like, what were like books or movies or if you can remember?
Well, like every teenage girl that is interested in fantasy, I was convinced I was going to write novels, and I was in the process of writing my own fantasy YA series.
Nice.
Series, we say, with no actual first book ever written in completion. You know, like everyone.
Yeah, of course.
And so I was very, very passionate, loved Lord of the Rings, I was also a sci-fi fan, loved Star Wars, all the classics, and I read a lot of young adult fantasy books growing up as well. But mostly I wrote my own stories, which seems to be a trend of mine. Anytime someone asks me what I'm influenced by, and then I kind of have a mental blank and go, well, I wrote my own stuff. I never ran an actual D&D module.
Hey, question for you.
For me?
Yes.
No, not you.
For me?
Yeah, for you, AJ.
Can I ask it to Brad too?
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
But I'm going to ask you first.
Understood.
How much time between you going to DexCon and getting how much time between you going to DexCon and then running your own game passed? Like, when did you, like, was
When
it
did
literally
I take up the
the
Dungeon
next
Master
week?
seed, or look, I tried. I definitely tried. I didn't have friends in high school or barely in university either. I got bullied in primary school, high school, and uni. You know, trifecta. Yeah, it really shapes a person. That's probably why I'm so funny.
It does.
Trauma.
God damn it.
I didn't have people to play Dungeons & Dragons with, especially in high school. I think at one point I tried and I hired people to be in a TV show that I was making as a high schooler with high school actors in it. There was also a reality TV show thing. And then I tried to get them to play Dungeons & Dragons, and it didn't really work. Nor did I ever actually film that TV show. We did a couple of rehearsals and like character things and auditions and stuff, but we never actually did anything with it because, you know, I was 16.
Right.
But
Of course.
it took until university, I think in my last year of uni, one of my friends, one of my limited friends that I had met during a project, my last year of uni, I started to write and produce a sci-fi television show.
Nice.
And I ended up gathering 250 volunteers to film the pilot episode of said sci-fi television show. And that's around the same time I started the business name of Winter's Tales. And the person who was my AD, my assistant director for that, he and I got closer, and then I ended up throwing a going away party for him because he was moving to Canada for a few years to continue on with his film career. I ended up throwing a D&D going away party for him with, I think, like 8 to 10 players. And then there was the combat was also a potion building puzzle. So they had to combine potion ingredients into a big cup that was called the King's Cup and fight monsters at the same time. And then all of them had to drink the potion and hope that the ingredients were correct to get them out of the combat. And all of the ingredients, I had all these bottles, all these little bottles of ingredients based on the puzzle. So they could have ended up drinking like a tequila wasabi combination, but they did actually end up making the right mixture, which was a decent enough cocktail mix in the King's Cup.
That is phenomenal. All right, Loss, hit us with the Castleton again. Go ahead.
Well, now I'm put on the spot.
Castleton, I'll do it.
Nailed it.
Castleton. It started as an AP, right?
Correct. Yes, it did.
What brought that to, like, how did that light bulb come? You know what I mean? Like,
how did I come up with the idea?
Yeah, like
or
what?
just
Like,
how did I dive headfirst into the wildest experiment of my life?
I want to hear it all.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that. I like it phrased that way. How did you dive first into the wildest experiment of your life?
Can we just say yes?
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and yeah.
Yeah, come on, Brad. Don't embarrass me in front of AJ.
Sorry, Loss.
Yeah, Mom. Stop it. Jeez, I'm hanging with my friends.
Come on.
That is a very good American accent.
Was that American?
Was
Who
it? It
knows?
sounded like
I don't know
American,
what-
like Napoleon Dynamite-esque.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's just my nerdy male voice whenever you do like a God, Mom kind of character. I guess that does read American. Oops. It's not the same if it's an Aussie one. God, Mom, stop it.
It's not.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same twang.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm loving this.
Thank you.
So Castleton started. Let me get the train back on the tracks. So Castleton started. I announced it in the 48-hour Calamity, which was a 48-hour stream that I did for our second Twitch anniversary. I announced the idea or the concept at the end of that, but I had been kind of dabbling with the concept around October, November 2023, I want to say. Because Bridgerton Season 3 was going to come out the following May, and the Hunger Games prequel movie was due in, I think, December of that year.
Snake Eater, right? Or something like that. No.
No.
Sorry.
That's Metal Gear Solid's third movie.
My bad. No, Bridgerton
Okay.
Season 3, Snake Eater.
Snake Eater. Yeah, of
Right?
course.
Bridgerton, Season 3.
Such a Regency thing they did back then was eating snakes. That's canon. So I had the idea percolating of combining those two things. No, you're fine. And I decided to kind of combine Bridgerton meets the Hunger Games in a D&D world, and I thought that would be really fun. The romance elements of Bridgerton, sort of the Regency, lots of strict rules in how to present yourself in society and hierarchies regarding that, and then with the sort of socio-political economic hierarchy structure of the Hunger Games and being forced to fight each other and things like that, combining them into going to a matching season where you have to fight for love legitimately and still play by all the Regency rules and have the gossip column and the scandals and all of that as complicating to your romance as the fighting and sword play, all of that kind of dynamism. And then I posted a reel online promoting this idea and saying, hey, if anyone is interested in being involved, hit me up. Like, send this to your fellow TTRPGers. I'd love to see everyone's favorite content creators in the space battling out for love. And within about 48 hours, I had 150 people signed up.
That's
To
insane.
this project. It was wild.
What was your initial thought? I'm just curious if you can remember.
When all of those people
Yeah.
started. Well,
What number
I
did it
remember-
become shocking to you?
I think the more it rapidly approached 100 because I already had 48 people that were in the 48-hour Calamity, and I invited every single one of them back to participate again. So we already had a large number already signed up. And then when that reel kind of went semi-viral with the TTRPG community, I just kept getting messages and messages, and I was writing everyone's name down on a list. And when it started getting closer to 100, I was like, oh boy, like this is a lot. I could do this. 48 was easy. 48 people wrangling for the 48-hour Calamity. Like, maybe this is just a skill I have. That's fine. I will try 100. And then it went to 150, and I went, I should probably start saying no. And around the 150 player mark is where I started having a short list, or a what's it called? A waiting list.
Yeah.
So I still kept getting messages, and I said, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to put you on a waiting list, and I'm prioritizing BIPOC players as
Perfect,
well.
yeah.
So I'll put you on the waiting list. If a space opens up and you're a fit for it, I'll reach out and contact you. And that was bizarre to have to do, especially since my channel wasn't even that big at the time, still isn't that large. So it was very baffling to sort of have to commandeer that ship. And then I put all of the people that signed up into one big Discord server, which was so intriguing for the first 24 to 48 hours of that, because
imagine.
it just kept
Oh,
notification after notification, genuinely, almost every second. You'd hear ping, ping, ping. I had to turn everything I owned on silent because it kept going off. And I was also getting on a plane, I think, the next day to go to New Zealand for a month to visit one of my partners. And so I was coordinating the beginnings of all of the Castleton stuff whilst traveling, which was bizarre. And then I got every single player in a one-on-one call, booked in for 10 to 15 minutes each.
Yeah.
And within those 10 to 15 minutes, I helped them make a character, or we sort of discussed a character that they would bring to the show, which allowed me to put them into a grouping, like either a family dynamic or a nation that they were in or whatever, and basically divided the Discord server up into all the different nations and then family houses and all of that. And it became... I could write a psychology paper on the Castleton Discord server for two reasons: character interactions and also the psychology of a bunch of TTRPG people in one huge server, because that in and of itself was wild.
So how many panic attacks did you have in the process?
One.
Just one?
Just
Honestly, impressed, because just listening to you describe it, I'm sitting here being like, no.
This is what I
Just
was talking about. Strangely, wrangling people is a skill that I have.
Yes.
And I was going to test it to its boundaries. I did. I did get very, very burnt out by the end of Castleton, but that's also because this ran for a year. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
Castleton, the show, ended in March of this year. Started in... I think we started on the 1st of June or something, the actual AP, not the recordings, but sort of ran from May to March, I think, in total.
Wow.
Or no, April to March.
How
Yeah.
many... I'm curious, because I haven't listened to it, so I'm just going to ask, how did you break down each episode? Like, did you have how many people did you have on, like, per
episode?
episode? Did you have all 150, or were you like, okay,
Sometimes.
you 20 are going to be here? Really?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So the 150 people that started, a few people dropped out, so we ended up with 113 for part one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stupidly added more players into the mix for part two because I needed certain characters to help finish the story. And so I started reaching out to people, specifically also BIPOC players, to include more diversity in the cast as well, because that's super important to me.
Of course.
I'd reached out to people being like, hey, do you want to come play this villain or this crucial character or this person? And they basically became sort of NPC-esque for the second half. But with 113, after the one panic attack that I had and a lot of like quote unquote drama, which I was very lucky to be able to manage, and I immediately got, a group of sensitivity consultants together so I could talk to them about anything that kind of came up in the process of this. But there was a very tenuous situation, and then because people didn't feel like I handled it fast enough, which was only because I was going into full investigation of the situation rather than just removing someone because someone came to me and said something, rather than bringing me any evidence or anything like that. Because I launched a 3-day investigation into this situation, I wasn't handling it quick enough, and then they sort of ended up speaking to a bunch of other players who all dropped out the next day, and so on and so forth. That was the panic attack was, how do I handle this as diplomatically and also as fairly as possible? Because
sure.
I learnt the lesson, I cannot be everyone's friend. Right now I am the producer of a show. And so even if someone comes to me and is my friend and tells me a piece of information, I have to take that information and then handle it as the producer, not as their friend. Who would, if it was just AJ the person, I'd be like, yeah, let me handle that. Let's do it. Whatever it might be. Producer has to handle it a lot differently. More like HR than anything else. And so we started with 113, and that was crazy.
Yeah.
But each episode is about 5 to 6 hours.
Okay.
6 players per scene. And then for I think maybe one of the first times I've seen in an AP, I actually cut scenes together. So I treated this actual play as kind of a TV show.
I love that.
And I just kept, every episode I kept throwing things at a wall being like, does this work for an AP? Will this read properly? And I think by episode 4 or 5 of the AP, I did a 100-person combat that was never filmed with all 100 people in the same recording session. So I had to remember what all 100 people were doing during the fight and then cut it all together in a montage. And I remember thinking, I hope this translates, and I hope this isn't too confusing. And luckily it wasn't. So that became a whole experiment of, oh, I can actually cut 100 people into the same scene.
See, I love that. Like Brad, we've talked about this before, but Brad and I both come from more of the film background. Like that's how we met. Like I'm an actor. Brad started as an actor too, but now he's more of a director writer.
I also
Make
started in
that
film.
face.
Ooh,
Nice.
high five.
See, so like I really like the approach of actual play podcasts being treated more like a movie or a TV show and editing things
Yeah.
together. Like we've redone scenes in our podcast just because we're like, this doesn't really flow well.
Or someone
let's
gets shot in
redo
the
this.
foot.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If you're running it as an entertainment platform,
Yes.
right, as an entertainment piece, why are we not treating it like entertainment? Why are we all
Yes.
running the same sort of style of an AP? And I think that's why I love to experiment with actual play as a way of telling stories, and then using film techniques or storytelling techniques that we don't usually see in just a D&D home game or some of the actual plays that are out at the moment, and experimenting with what's possible. And there was a couple of scenes that we did in Castleton, especially for part 2, where we had to have sort of a 5 to 10 minute scene that recapped where they were at, but also gave some backstory elements. And so we'd have like a briefing before the scene.
Yeah.
The players would tell me what they wanted to have happen so that we could get to, because there was a time jump between 1 and 2, and they let me know what they needed to get done in that time jump, and we had to do a really short scene to justify or to showcase that that was a thing. And so we went in with a brief and knew the points that we had to hit. It was still improvised, it was still off the cuff, and the players got to create their own thing with it, but it was definitely more of a very planned way so that we knew the story made sense, and because it's a show, not just a home game,
Yeah.
Right.
it had to have that flow, that ebb and flow and pacing that you learn in film, and with
Totally.
being a film editor or sitting in an editing booth for reality TV shows back in Australia for a part-time, you learn really quickly how to cut pacing,
Of course.
and how to make sure that flow keeps happening. But every episode was an experiment, because I was also doing it the week it was going to go live, and I actually got to a point several times in the last couple of episodes in part 1 and most of the episodes in part 2 where I was editing the episode as it was live streaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
AJ, I'm just gonna say you've already impressed me enough, and now you're taking it a step further. It's phenomenal.
So you touched upon something that I wanted to during your 150 player game. I'm curious as to what
120. We lost 30 of them in the
150 minus 30, because
we had 30 volunteers that were part of the crew, because we had
Okay,
a
so
bunch
we're
of
back
people
up to 150 now.
150 in total, I would say, because we had volunteer artists and musicians and website designers and all sorts of stuff. Everyone signed on wanting to make this bigger than.
Man, that's how you know you got something good.
I keep doing this, and I don't know what's happening, because this, again, and I mentioned this earlier, when I was making the sci-fi TV show when I was 18, I got 250 volunteers that wanted to help me make a sci-fi TV show. And then I did the same thing with Castleton, where I don't know how I convinced a bunch of people to be like, yeah, let's make this even better. Let's take your idea and make it epic, and sign on and help. So I wasn't going to make character art for every single character, because that's
Insane.
bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have about 12 or 13 volunteer artists that said, no, fuck you, AJ, we're making art for every character.
Ooh, so I haven't looked at the art, so my question now is, do all of them, like the style of art, match, or?
Nope.
I love that so much, because it feels like the world of Castleton is alive in its sense, because each different artist brings their own thing, and that can be a particular part of the world or the artist and how they interpret that person. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
And depending on what the artist, because some artists said, oh, I can only do 1 to 3 pieces, and other artists were like, I could do 20, and the in-house artist for Winter's Tales was like, match it. I'll do 60 plus of of all the characters. They I think Emily ended up doing half of all the character art.
Good job,
but
Emily.
I know, she's incredible. I ended up matching an artist to a family or a nation, and so there would be all the family portraits were done in the same style, or everyone from this nation all had a similar art style, and it ended up making the world feel really real.
So you mentioned you have volunteers, but then you mentioned Emily, which I'm gonna use that to go back to this question I've been trying to ask,
I'm so
but
sorry.
have not been
Yes.
formulating very
It's
well.
me.
No, this isn't. I'm not scolding. Hold on.
No,
I'm
no.
not,
Okay.
This isn't
AJ,
me being like,
it's
How
us.
dare you?
It's us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
no, guys, no.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
More.
No.
All right.
no. I'll answer your questions.
Don't give me more porridge. So, what was your support system like?
Good question.
Did you have a support system? So, to me, in my mind, because obviously,
Define support system.
for me, it's mental health. So you took
Yep.
on this huge project. You had a lot of volunteers and friends, but you also mentioned you have an in-house artist. So you have a team, who I'm assuming are friends.
They are now.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have a team. When I say in-house artist, Emily is the freelance artist that we usually go to for our most recent APs and projects, and is the lead illustrator on the Castleton book that we're hoping to get funded through the Kickstarter that is launching very soon. She's our lead illustrator for that, but the Winter's Tales team is me. We've had so many incredible people as part of Winter's Tales, so our AP show, who've helped do bits and bobs along the way, artists, tech people, things like that. But for Castleton specifically, starting it, it was myself and my own management of the project to start with. And then I quickly learnt that as a human woman, I don't know why I needed to specify that, as a single person, I was not going to be able to do 18 jobs at the same time, especially if answering the Discord messages at the beginning of the day took about 3 hours.
And what about mental health wise? Like, how did you take care of yourself during that whole process as a single human person?
Good question.
Thank you.
I didn't.
I am crushing it with these questions.
No. I had two partners at the time who were very, very lovely. Unfortunately, one of them was long distance, so couldn't be present the entire time of Castleton. And my female partner who lives here in my city, I think we caught up occasionally, but it was at a time where Castleton took over my life, and I did put everything on hold, including my health. Mental health was stable during the entire process of Castleton, very, very fortunately, because of the fact that I get so much joy and happiness out of projects, which is probably more of the concerning part that I should talk to my therapist about. But I knew, because I wasn't blind to the fact that going into a project like this with that many people and what I was planning to achieve would be possible, as well as, maintaining exercise every day of the week and healthy eating and all this kind of stuff. So I had certain plans in place to make sure that I was still eating good food and I was still looking after myself. But I did also only think it was going to be 9 weeks leading up to Gen Con last year. And the first 9 episodes was. But then we did a part 2 because we wanted to finish the story. And so after a 2-month traveling journey that was from Gen Con to, I think, September, October, then I came back about a week or two after that 2 to 3 months of travel for part 2 of Castleton. And the reality of the situation is, mentally I was doing okay. I was definitely getting into burnout in the last couple of months of Castleton, but mentally I was stable. Physically, I definitely put myself into detrimental circumstances, which I knew going in, and I knew that I was okay to make those sacrifices for the project. I would not recommend it to anyone else. Like, if you're listening, do not do what I did. It is bad. It is so bad for you. But for part 1, because everyone was international, it was 120 players across the globe. I was working basically new mum hours. So I would get up at 2:00 in the morning, record a scene for an hour, then I'd go back to bed for a couple hours, get back up again for another scene. And luckily the scene recordings were only 1 hour, 2 hours maximum if it was combat.
Yeah.
And then I just slotted those recording times in to my week and would sleep kind of like a new mum, where I'd get up for feeding time and go back to bed and sleep more and then get up again. And I was able to do that for months. So wild. But I definitely started looking a bit gaunt at the end of part 2 because I was definitely not sleeping as much as I needed to and not eating as well as I could. And then, like I said, I was editing as the live streams were happening. So there was also a lot of stress involved in my body.
Totally.
But to answer your question, I wasn't looking after myself well, and I didn't have that much of a support network. I have friends and family and loved ones, yes, and they were brilliant. But I also just did all the work that I needed to do for the project to succeed. And the volunteers, I definitely lent on a lot more once I realized I couldn't do everything. So part 2, people were helping me with all sorts of little bits and bobs, but at the end of the day, the only person that could record, do the DMing, and edit it was myself.
Yeah.
And community management of the Discord server to make sure everyone was safe and people's messages were getting answered as best that they could, and the story management and things like that. That was also, I could only do that.
Totally. I have a question,
Yeah.
though. You had talked about you can't do everything yourself, right? And I was wondering if there was a moment that you actually truly realized, because I'm a person that does take on a lot of responsibility for doing things, and I feel like I need to be that person. So I'm just asking personally, I mean, obviously, our 5-person, now 6-person stream is less stressful than managing 150 people collectively and editing and doing all this stuff at one time. So was there a moment that was just like a breaking point to you where you realized, oh shit, I need to start asking for help?
I don't think there was a breaking point per se. There was definitely a breaking point at the end of Castleton. I think one of the last finale episodes where I had a bit of a mental snap, which I'll explain in a second because it was very funny. But
Great.
before that was people noticing I needed help and volunteering time to dedicate. One of the most significant people that did that was now my roommate. We now live together.
I love that.
But she would message me and say, "Can I help with anything? Can I do anything?" And in those beginnings, and you might have this as well, where you go, no, I can do it. Like it's fine. You can't really help because me explaining how to do the thing is going to take more time than me just actually doing the thing. You build up all these mental walls, especially if you have trust issues that someone's going to come along and not do it as well, or fuck up in some way that's going to be detrimental to the project, whatever it might be. But it was actually Rin slowly chipping away at those walls that I had up by proving that she would actually do it and do it well. Because she would say, hey, I can do this thing, and then actually do it. Where there's a lot of people over the journey that I've had in the last decade of people going, oh, I'd love to help you with Winter's Tales, or I'd love to volunteer my time to do this, that, and the other. And you go, yeah, of course, here's how you can help. And then it doesn't really get done, or the first 15 minutes of that gets done, and then it falls to the wayside, whatever it might be. And so those walls come back up. Rin was one of the first people that sort of chipped away at those walls and actually did the task that I needed her to do. And once I started realizing that it was just based on finding the right people to do the tasks that I couldn't do, I went out and searched for those people that could do the things that I couldn't, which is, I think, a massive learning lesson that I had through the process of it. Luckily, I didn't have to snap to be helped. It was just a slow process of starting to pull people in to do different things. And then when I started building the Kickstarter team, I started finding the people that would do the job better than I could. or people that I trusted because they had the same motivations that I had, same values. And then I knew that they wouldn't fuck up the project or not do the work or be detrimental in some way, or whatever paranoia I was telling myself. They were able to sort of do the tasks and go from there.
I love that. I love that so much.
But the meltdown was me in the studio with a big whale plushie on the top of my head, crying and laughing at the same time while I was on a video call with a few people. And they had to message one of my partners and say, can you please go to the studio and pick AJ up? Like, she needs to go to bed. And I remember them peeking their head around the set pieces going, hey, are you okay? Me, big whale plushie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the whale's name?
Terry.
Terrence the
Formerly
whale.
Terrence.
I like that. Formerly.
He just got really cool, so now he goes by Terry.
He goes by Terry. Yeah, he's chill.
He's chill. Do you have any other like standout moments? Oh, well, not necessarily stressful standout moments, but any.
You stole my question. You
Listen,
bitch.
I read the outline.
Boys, don't fight over me.
No, I'm gonna fight. Bam.
AJ, did you have any other, like, maybe not stressful, but could be, but fun standout moments of this entire AP for the first part?
Proud mama bear moments.
One of the main reasons I did Castleton was, or at least the way that I did it, is I wanted to prove that everyone deserves a seat at the table regardless of channel size, regardless of merit, right? That everyone, if they had started their AP or podcast yet, or if they hadn't, or if they had 40,000 followers on Twitch, whatever it was, I wanted everyone to come together and tell a story together and showcase that anyone can do this together. There isn't a hierarchy in the TTRPG space. And so I think my proudest mama bear moments during the entire process is watching people not only realize that, but now also do the same things in their own actual plays going forward. Sort of eliminating that hierarchy drama, even if it was for a short period of time, because it definitely came back full swing post Castleton, which I was like, come on guys, we just proved it's possible. Why are we doing this again? But having those moments and also seeing those that hadn't really been in the AP space that much grow so rapidly as a performer, as a role player, because they were embraced by a bunch of people that could showcase how they do it, and people learning and growing together was so beautiful. And I think the fact that 120 plus players was able to tell a story together and have it end and conclude in a good way. We didn't fumble the bag a la Game of Thrones. Like, we landed the plane and it was a full story with that many people involved and that many characters and players, because everyone brought something and offered what they could to the characters. And yeah, I think it was just seeing everyone grow and bond through the process that I think made me go, okay, I've done, even if the show didn't succeed, I've done what I set out to do.
You're like Fonzie levels of cool.
Who?
God damn it.
Yes! Do you know...
Sorry, I do know who Fonzie was. I just wanted to bring that joke back.
I love it.
I don't like you guys.
You do like us.
Both
I
of you.
think you're having a great time, Loss.
I think you love me.
Ooh.
I do have a question for you, though. We're going to step away from Castleton for a little bit, because
Understood.
I, to prepare for this, went onto your Instagram the other day.
Shocking.
Scandalous, I know. I want to talk about this Star Wars chronological watch-along.
Ah, yes.
So, you already mentioned earlier to this show that you love Star Wars. You're a big old Star Wars nerd.
Yeah,
So first
I'm
off,
not as big as I thought I was, but yes.
See, same. I always thought I was a huge Star Wars nerd too, and then I met actual Star Wars nerds, and I'm just like, I did not know
You know the
Yabo
names of the
Dadabo was a
planets?
character.
So cool, yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to keep it into what we had perceived as being nerd level of Star Wars.
Cool, got it, understood.
So I'm going to keep this first one very simple. Out of the original trilogy, which one's your favorite? New Hope, Empire, Jedi.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not there in the chronological order, and as an adult, I've forgotten which one I would classify as my favorite, and I'm so scared to say which one it is because I know Star Wars fans out there are going to come for me if I say the wrong thing.
Look, in my opinion, it's A New Hope. It's my favorite movie out of the entire
Yeah.
Star Wars universe.
I have a really bad opinion.
Is this a hot
I
take?
really
This is a hot
like-
take. I'm joking.
I guess this is a little bit of a hot take. I am a big fan of episode 1.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
What?
Only. Yeah. Only because of the sound of the pod races.
Okay, that I actually understand. That was honestly probably the best parts of the
Yeah.
movie was the pod racing.
The pod racing.
Hands down.
Yeah, 100%.
They
I had a
Like,
pod
like
racer
pod racing.
video
racing.
game.
Jinx.
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember. Oh, that was
The
so much
handheld
fun.
one.
Yeah, pod racer. That was the best to me.
I think I agree
There's
with
so
you on
many
that.
brilliant flaws about that movie too. Let's not
yeah.
mention the very obvious one, but also the acting of Anakin's mother is poor. Shocking. Why didn't they hire someone? They like the little boy can act.
Yeah.
Why did the mother just can't? There's some takes that I was like,
Or Shmi.
oh, Shmi, why? Why, Shmi?
Why?
Why you do this to us? But yeah, no, I loved the pod racing. The sound. It's a bit Saboba's craft is especially. I want to fall asleep to that sound.
I think
That's
you can.
great
There's
reasoning as to
ASMR
why
for
you
that.
like that movie.
Yeah. I think any
Just
people
10 hours
sleeping
of a
over
pod
would
racer passing
hate it.
by.
I think I'd lose my mind after a while, but it makes my ADHD brain so happy when I listen to the pod racing.
So where are you at right now in the chronology of it all, right? Because you're starting at the very, very
Spoilers.
beginning. So
Yeah.
Andor,
We finished
season 1?
Acolyte.
Andor. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Andor's way later.
Come on, man.
We finished Acolyte. Finished
Acolyte.
1 and 2, and now we're in Clone Wars.
the
TV show.
series, yeah.
I was just going to ask you doing all the TV shows and everything.
That's awesome.
Every piece of Star Wars content ever. Yeah.
That's awesome. You gonna watch the holiday special if you can find it?
I've been told that I must.
You have
Because
to.
I've promised every piece of Star Wars content, so. I don't know if that one will be in order, though. Because I don't think it is in order.
It might just
know what?
be,
It's kind
yeah,
of
because it
elusively
lives
pocket
outside
dimension.
of...
You could
It's
just,
kind of the Shadowfell of the Star Wars world.
you could just watch it on Christmas. You know what I mean?
True.
Just like take a break.
True. We're probably going to still be going.
I imagine.
By
The Clone
December,
Wars is like
so.
what, 7 seasons?
7 seasons. Yeah, we're not
And
even...
a movie.
We haven't finished... We haven't finished season 1 yet.
Okay.
We're a few episodes out from the end of season 1.
And then you have episode 3. You've got the Bad Batch, and that's like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then you've
Yeah.
got everything
And
that goes there.
I've also got to film all the content now because I've decided that in the midst of running a Castleton Kickstarter, that I was also going to do a Star Wars marathon. I was also going to record music with West and
That's right.
a bunch of other things I've committed to. I'm also streaming every day of this month. I don't know why I do what I do.
You do
I
it.
should seek professional help.
No, I think
Passion.
you wouldn't need to. You're good. I will say this: episode 1, I watched it like as a 12-year-old, right? That's how, or 11 or something, 10.
Hell yeah.
In that time frame, whenever it was coming out, and I
I need to Google quickly when it came out and how old I was.
I was
You were...
I was born in
It was
1989.
90...
So
it was
I
99
am,
when it came out, right?
I don't know.
I want to say Phantom Menace was
Star Wars.
99.
Episode 1.
Phantom. Episode 1, Phantom. I was definitely a child.
Me too.
I was not.
I say in a way that makes it sound like I wasn't a child. I was 4.
You were 4?
No, I was 3
I feel old.
because it came out in May.
Yeah, I was right. 99. Mm-hmm. Pow, 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 I know my Star Wars.
Well, I remember seeing it in
Mildly.
theaters, and I remember like enjoying it because I was a child, and Star Wars is made for children mostly. You know, I mean, all the
What?
toys. What? Not all of
No,
Star
it's not.
Wars. Not all of Star Wars. I mean,
The political wars of 1, 2, and 3, all of the trade
Oh, yeah.
agreements.
Look,
that's definitely for children.
That is classic 5-year-old material.
listen. I
Yeah.
did not know what was happening in it.
Have you
I just
seen
loved
an
a
episode of
giant
Bluey,
robot.
Brad?
Yes, but a giant robot with 4 lightsabers is pretty cool.
I hated that thing.
General
Nuts.
Grievous.
Yeah, General Grievous, he can... Every time he coughed, I wanted to throw up in my mouth.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
That's
did
why
too.
he was the villain.
Yeah.
Count
yeah.
Dooku with his weird hilt. Yeah, no.
With one of the most
Sorry, I thought
hilarious
that was
villain names.
I thought that was a dirty reference there with his... The hand gesture was...
Way to go,
He had a
Brad.
curved lightsaber.
Hilt.
He had a curved Dooku.
Hilt, that's the word we were looking for.
Let's talk about
Correct.
D&D again, shall we? Castleton. Kickstarter, right?
Yes.
Now, to be fair, that kind of goes in with Castleton, right? Because isn't Bridgerton just a very horny show?
Yes,
So-
correct. Yeah.
Does Castle...
Which was interesting, because Castleton
not
does
as
have the
horny.
romance in it. It was not as horny as I expected it with a cast full of TTRPG content creators. There was occasional bits in the AP that were like leaning that direction, but the show, the AP actually ended up becoming a lot more PG than I thought it was going to
Interesting.
be. Yeah. But also
Now, why do
in
you
a really
think that
fantastic
is?
way. I think that people were scared to push the boundaries, especially with character bleed and romance and TTRPGs. Like, we had a lot of safety tools in place to make sure that players were safe and so on and so forth.
Right.
So I think pushing those boundaries was hard to do. We had a couple of players that we had some really intense chats prior because they wanted to go down a specific power play relationship dynamic and so on and so forth. And so that was very interesting to dabble into. But the book is going to have a lot of things in it that people can then explore in their home games to be able to potentially go down those romance tracks with their friends and loved ones and stuff, and then a lot of safety tools and things written in the book to provide security for that to be explored.
What made you want to do the book, the supplement?
I was forced into it. No.
120
honest-
people held a gun to her head.
One
Yeah.
gun, big gun.
We had some fundraising at the end of the AP, and one of the goals was to get to a point where we could do a Kickstarter. It was like a pre-fund that would get me through the months it took to set up the Kickstarter to then do the Kickstarter.
Okay.
And we raised that, we smashed that out of the park really quickly because everyone that was so keen on the AP show really wanted a campaign book or a setting book. And mostly it was other people requesting and then me going, maybe this is a good idea. I've wanted to do a Kickstarter for a project at some point, maybe with the popularity of Castleton and how much people castle rotted to the point where it had a name, that doing a book in that would be a good idea marketing wise because there's already a dedicated fan base to this potential
course.
product. Yeah. And then I got really psyched on the idea of writing this book and being able to dabble more into the world than I got to in the AP. And I'm a world builder at heart, love all of that on a day-to-day basis, even if it's not for an actual player or a piece of content. I'm always world building. So the idea of getting to just do that and focus in on this world that I've created and provide that for other people to play in, I was like, yeah, 100%, let's do it.
Let's talk about the Kickstarter for a little bit. So, when does it launch? Is the first question.
October 7th. Or
October
if you're
7th.
in the US, October 6th. 6th.
Right. You're in the future. How is it, by the way, in the future?
Please tell me it's better. It's worse.
I knew it.
Sorry.
That's what
I mean,
said.
it's better
I
for
said the
me.
future's
I'm
a
in
scary
Australia.
place.
Yeah, it's a lot better for you. A lot
Yeah, we're
better.
stuck in Texas.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. You don't have to. Yeah.
No, I'll take your apology. You're forgiven.
There's not much we can do. Sorry. Existential dread. We're talking about the
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, no.
We're talking
Yeah,
about the
no, we're talking about
Kickstarter.
happy
away.
things. Escapism,
Yeah,
D&D.
Kickstarter. Yay! October 7th, it gets released.
Yes.
What are your tiers, if you'd like to talk about those?
When I was looking at this Kickstarter, I wanted to know what people wanted out of it. So you got your standard ones. You got the PDF. You could get the book. And then I wanted to make this as immersive as possible for a bunch of different reasons. So there is a player tier, a GM tier, the deluxe tier, which has the deluxe cover, and then the all-in, which gets you all the things, including the limited edition Castleton dice set.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you can also do as an add-on, but like if you want all of the things, the all-in package is kind of your go-to.
It's the way to go.
We're working with the incredible smoking glue guns, which is why the dice are limited, because with a year fulfillment mark, Whitney can only make so many sets of dice because each of those dice are handmade. That it's not factory manufactured, it's not mass produced. We can only make a certain amount of sets. So,
Gotcha. So how
once
many
they
sets are
are-
you gonna make? What's the cutoff?
we
People gotta get in early.
are get in early. I think we only have 100 of the full set, and then I think we have a couple of extra avenues that we could go down for just like a D20, and then we are working on getting a second D12 if you wanted to run it as a Daggerheart system.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because it's system agnostic, so you can use any TTRPG system, but we wanted to give, especially for the new Daggerheart fans, the ability to have like a Daggerheart dice option as well.
That's fantastic. I love that. How much are you guys looking to raise? What's
the
our
goal?
goal here that we want to hit to help you?
All of it. No.
All of it.
there's
$1 million.
all of
You've
the
heard it here
monies.
first.
$1
Every
million.
dime you've been saving.
We are looking at, I think it is 20K USD.
Nice.
That's to get everything affordable for the
Mm-hmm.
team to be paid for all of the processing art, all of the and all of that kind of jazz. But then we have our stretch goals to try and hopefully build that even further, because the more that we raise through the Kickstarter, the more that it's going to go towards the product, but also the next AP that I will be producing. So
Right.
hopefully we can get somewhere. And the one I'm really excited for, this is spoilers because obviously the Kickstarter hasn't launched, but there is the option of getting to a level with the stretch goals to do a Castleton cookbook. And I'm so keen on it. I really hope we hit that, because
Please.
all of the date locations in the world of Castleton are magical, just stunning. And we're working with another artist that's coming on board to do landscapes and sort of interior designs
Cool.
and things like that. And she's absolutely freaking incredible. And so being able to go, hey, you remember that kind of sushi train-esque restaurant from one of the dates back in the AP show where food was kind of on little plates that just floated around the air and you could just take it out of the sky and put it on
Beautiful.
your... I want to make that a possibility, and then I want to make those recipes of all the fantasy foods that
Please.
exist in this world
Please.
into a cookbook, and that would be absolutely freaking incredible.
You
for
have no
me
idea.
personally.
You have no idea. I like dice, but I like cookbooks better.
That is true.
Hey, okay. Well, this is the
a fact.
Kickstarter
Brad's
for you,
a
Brad.
cooker and a baker.
I'm a cooker and a bake. That yeah.
And a candlestick
Baked
maker,
goods?
crazy
I
enough.
I'm
can't
not.
wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I could.
Yeah,
I
he'll send you something.
I don't know how it would taste.
I don't think that's
know.
gonna-
Yeah, no, yeah, no.
I don't think that's gonna work.
It
Shipping
doesn't.
to
Sales gonna be
Australia
good. He'll
sucks.
send it.
I'll just get moldy bread by the time it arrives. I don't think that they won't let it into the country.
No.
We have very strict. What's the word I'm looking for? Security measures.
Law.
Customs.
For,
Customs.
Yeah, customs. Yeah. Rightfully so, to protect our country
Sorry,
and
Brad.
wildlife.
Good.
Sorry.
Now you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I love a cookbook. Give me a cookbook,
Yeah.
and I will. You
Yeah.
know, what's the phrase? Teach a man how to cook, and he cook for days, or something like that. That's
Correct.
it, right?
Teach
Yes,
a man how to
that's
cook.
What it is.
Good
He'll
job.
cook for days.
Yeah,
Give a man
Correct.
how to cook.
give a man how to cook, and
I
the
did
book
say,
will be done.
Look a mouth and the gifted horse the other day, and
Look a mouth and the gifted
so
horse.
I get you. Look a mouth and the gifted horse. It sounds like I'm doing a riddle. Yeah.
You're like Rumpelstiltskin.
Gifted horse. Yeah. Give me your feet.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm delirious because of the time, but also I love every moment that is happening right now. This has been.
I'm glad.
This has been so
I'm
much
really
fun.
glad that I can entertain you.
else?
The tiers, those are the tiers. We've
The
got some
tiers?
cool stretch goals like the cookbook, and then one of the other ones that I really love is there was a character in the AP series played by Taylor's Tavern Tales. She played a character named Tabri who didn't understand etiquette at all. She was a druid that was in the castle for the magic season but just did not understand. And so we're putting together an etiquette book that is then basically scribbled all over by her character with the notes of etiquette and how to make certain teas, because she made mud tea because there was some sort of reference to like earthly tones of the tea, and so she put mud in hot water and served it to ladies. So I'm excited for that as well. Tabri's guide to the castle, which is completely not correct, and it means I get to make up a full fantasy world in etiquette booklet, and then I basically hand it over to Taylor to doodle and scribble all over it with the characters' notes, which I absolutely adore. And I love the idea that players can reference that at their table and be like, well, I learned it in the etiquette guide, and it's completely false. Because it's not a real guide.
What has been the most challenging thing about creating the actual book that you're working on for you?
I mean, so far, it's all of the processing of publishing.
Okay.
Because this is a whole career avenue I've never gone down, which is why I'm so fortunate for my project manager, Anna, and our operations manager, Sarah, to be able to have people who understand or go and research to understand while I do the creative thing in the background. But the book itself is getting produced over the course of the next year. Right now, we're just producing the Kickstarter.
My bad.
Right.
No. It's a valid question as well, because most people ask me, well, have you got most of the book written? And I go, no. With what time? We went from the back of the AP into 4 months of burnout because I needed to not do anything for a bit, to prepping and planning this Kickstarter because we wanted to do it the same year that the AP had been done, so that we were sort of piggybacking off of the hype of the show.
For sure.
So currently it's just me doing all the assets for the Kickstarter page and making sure that when it goes live, it looks pretty and beautiful and eye-catching and does all the things that marketing professionals would already know about, but I'm learning on the fly, you know? That's probably the hardest part.
Is there anything else about the Kickstarter that you would like to talk about before we move on?
There is one very intriguing thing about this book that I'm so scared about to see whether people are gonna like or not like. The Castleton book is written in first person.
Okay.
Oh.
That's interesting.
It is written by a character. Yes. So when I was writing the preview pages, which will be available to read on the launch page, I was dabbling with how this book was going to be written, and I wanted it to be fully immersive. If you ever had those dragonology or wizardology books growing up,
oh yeah,
I wanted it to feel like you open that and you can learn about the world, and you know, not that we have any actual cards or pullouts that you can get in the pages of this, because that's not how a setting book works, but I wanted it to still have that feel. And so when I started writing it, I went, well, what if it's written by a demigod who lives in the castle, the floating demigod city in which the matching season is set, and they're giving a guide to the unmatched who are coming to participate. So
I like that.
It gives an entertainment platform. Like, you can pick up the book at any point. It's also entertaining to read because it's written in first person, but it also means that I can dabble around with the very biased voice that she has, because she can sort of, you know, skirt away any of the more devastating, tragic things that would happen in this, because she likes the matching season. She doesn't see hierarchical detrimental sides, like, oh, you might lose your life, or your family's going to grieve your death, or, you know, you have to be pit against your lover in a challenge, or whatever it might be. And so she's like, oh, yeah, don't worry, you may die, but isn't that worth fighting for love? Isn't that such a justly cause for your death?
I'm excited
Which
for
is
that.
cool.
That sounds phenomenal. Seriously.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I'm actually all for that.
I hope people will like it.
Me fucking too. And if you don't, I'll find you.
Oh.
And we'll have a long conversation.
We'll sit down and diplomatically drink tea and discuss why you're wrong.
I'm a fan of black tea. You'll have to provide the tea, of course.
Ah, understood.
That's
yes.
how these work.
Yep.
Hold on.
I do have one question though.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of Kickstarters lately where these games get turned into actual plays, right? I know it was an actual play that turned into a supplement. My question is how would you feel about other people using your setting as an actual play? Does that cross your mind at all, or like?
Love it.
Okay.
I've already been told it's in the works.
Hey,
Yeah.
congratulations.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I had a fellow content creator who was a player in the AP series. Their community absolutely adored Castleton, and so they are putting together an AP, I don't know when, but it's already being pitched to be a Castleton story. And,
I love that.
That's yeah, and I'm very excited for that, because that's something that brings me so much joy, is putting this out into the world and then having people take what they want out of the book and make something new with it. I wouldn't recommend 120 players unless you have all the steps, and I won't be writing a guidebook, because then people will be like, well, that's not how AJ did it, and it's gonna go terribly for everyone involved. But people's home games, I'm so excited, or even actual plays, because it's going to reference back to my own work or the book, which is only beneficial for me. But then as well, I get to see what people do with the world and the characters. I even want to start a part of the Winter's Tales website or something, a blog, where people can submit stories of how the events have gone down in their own home games, or what their characters are getting up to, because I would love me and the players to be able to read, oh, you know, your character that is now in the book, they're actually romancing this character in this person's storyline. Like, that, to me, is the most intriguing.
And you're making art and you're putting it out there and people are accepting it and loving it. Oh, it's a good feeling.
Well, let's
it's a scary feeling too.
It's so scary, because it's like, yes, or they could not. There's a full possibility that the Castleton
the world's
Kickstarter
full of
doesn't get
critics.
funded.
I'm truly excited for you, because this seems like a very amazing situation to be put in. Like, I love the whole story of just, you know what, I'm going to put this out there, see if this can work. 150 plus people are like, hey, I want to be involved, to the evolution of 2 parts, which, correct me if I'm wrong, the second part was just like, hey, we want to do this. This isn't what you planned, but you were very much like, yes, let's do this.
I pitched it to everyone. I said, we haven't concluded the story. Do you want to conclude the story? It does mean that come October of this year, once I'm back from traveling, that we would start this back up again, and we don't know how long it would go for, but I would aim for 10 episodes. So we did 9 and then we did 10. It ended up being, I think, 16 for part 2, because the finale got split into 6 parts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I had too much footage. And so
Well, it's
it
like
ended up...
you said before we even started the podcast, when people say it's going to be an hour long and it turns into like a 6.5 hour long film. That's what happened here. You're like 10 episodes,
I do that,
and then the
I
universe
do that
went,
all the time.
no.
You know,
Well, I started with 9 episodes, and then it was like, well, part 2. Do you want more? Do you want more of this hectic, wild journey that you're on? Sure.
it's
And
also
then it was like, we'll just do 10. No.
No.
it's a very hard thing to put restrictions on this as well, right? Because we found one of our players had a kid, and him and his wife, they just took a couple months off, so we needed to fill our time by doing a mini series. We're like 12 episodes. By the 12th episode, You'll come back, Davis, and we'll be back into our main campaign. And John, the person running, swears it was the hardest thing to put his fictional story in a timeline of 12 episodes. So I imagine this story with 120 characters and the endless amount of stories and scenes and combat that you have done, you can't put a number on actually how long that's going to be.
You can try.
But it's limiting, right?
It is. Well, I just ended up with too much footage, and I wanted everyone to be able to have their story be told. So I think around the time I was editing it, I did a reel about this, and I said, there's too much footage. I think I had over 25 hours of content for the finale that was meant to be 5 to 6 hours long. So I said, we're dividing this into 5 parts. So it was finale in 5 parts, and it then ended up being 6 because of the epilogue. But for me as well, I never went into Castleton with a plan. I think that's the thing that people are the most baffled about anytime I talk about Castleton is I didn't have a storyline because I couldn't. There was 120 plus characters. So basically everyone started at a point, and then I would just take all the threads that people were giving me and somehow had to make a tapestry by the end of the show, and was just putting plot lines where I thought plot lines could go. And then it had to conclude. It had to be a final story and have a reason for telling the story and have everyone's character have an arc, which I'm proud to say we kind of did. And I don't know how. 120 plus people all having a story arc is... people don't do it in TV shows most of the time, so I don't know how we all achieved it.
That's true. That's usually like an A story, B story, C story, but you went all the way down through like quadruple Z stories. Yeah, I think we had 6 or 7 main plots because of the groupings of characters. So we had like the romance characters, we had some of the villains in the background plotting, we had a rebellion that was forming, that was trying to take down the whole internal system. We had a group of pirates that were doing their thing. We had the political machinations of one of the nations who was going basically through their political navigations, because post-matching season they were going to elect new senators, and so there was a political storyline in there as well. And so it ended up being like 6 or 7, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I wove those together, and then we had a finale. And I genuinely, I still to this day don't know how we achieved it. I don't know how I did it.
I truly can't wait.
I also have no notes. That's the thing that people are the most upset at me for.
Why are they upset at you?
At no point during... Because
Brad's
I did all of that. I did all of that, and there's not a single note. I never went into I don't pre-plan sessions. I'm not a GM that makes session... like... It's bad. I improvise on the fly. I tell myself I'm not going to do this anymore, and I will have a structure and, setting descriptions and everything laid out, or pre-planned NPCs. I never do. I go in, it's full improv, and a story comes out of it, but I never wrote anything down. So I don't know. People got upset at me that I was able to do that. That I was able to pull, oh, you remember that thing that happened a long time ago that was kind of a Chekhov's gun. Cool, I'm bringing that back and putting that here now, and doing all of the puzzle piecing without ever writing any of it.
I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier about how you get so much joy, your world building throughout the day, whether it be with Castleton or being whatever it is. And I think in that moment, especially in that time where you're so immersed in the actual story of Castleton, that you're in the flow. You know what's happening. I get it completely. It's
my tism. It's my hyperfocus. Because genuinely, I have very bad memory unless it's a project. And then it's like a steel trap. Everything's in there at the same time. So, that and rocks and otters.
Otters? How about otters with rocks?
Do you know otters have a favorite rock?
I do know. Yeah.
Yeah. So otters and rocks. Those are my other two like
It's also the name of my band.
Tis and things.
Otters and Rocks.
Otters and Rocks. Yeah.
And it's with an X,
Weirdly,
R-O-X.
not a rock band.
Not a rock
Well,
band.
it's not a rock band.
Fusion
country
jazz.
band.
It's fusion jazz.
It's actually me and like 5
Fusion jazz
otters.
country.
I've taught them how to play instruments. It's
Incredible. So
pretty
cute.
bad.
Actually, I want
It's-
that now.
it's
You have to
adorable.
make that a
It's
reality.
adorable.
It's awful.
What's crazy though is like our music videos, it's just my legs and the otters. Because I'm too
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly not the focus. You're right there, Brad.
Just picturing your legs. Oh. Sorry, AJ.
That's a strange comment to make,
Yeah.
there, Brad.
Yeah, come on,
Listen,
Brad.
Lost
Can we
has
just cut
been-
that as its own?
That's
It's
the
just you
clip.
laughing
That's
and then
the
That's
going,
the
I'm just
promo
picturing your
material.
legs. No, because you
your
didn't
legs.
say Loss's name, so people will think that you're laughing and then commenting on my legs, which will
No.
clip out on you. Don't do that.
That's
I
worse.
won't.
It has to be the whole segment
It will
of
be.
otters.
It
and,
will be.
And, yeah.
No, I've known Lost for 9-10 years, and
So you
Yeah,
know
no.
his legs intimately.
pretty much I've
Yeah.
seen him
He's like, look at those fucking tree trunks over there.
sturdy like.
Good for you guys.
Yeah, you
To be
know,
fair, we live in Texas. We're wearing shorts all the fucking time.
except for the 1 month of February. Every other month. Shorts.
That's when we wear capris.
Yes.
We have a similar weather pattern then.
That's right.
Because Perth is the same. We have 1 month of true winter and then the rest blue
Just hot.
skies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely any clouds.
That's what Perth is known for most of the time. People who have come here to visit me look up and go, "Where are your clouds? Why don't you have clouds? Why is it 3 days in a row now that you don't have clouds?" And then a cloud storm will come through and rain for 10 minutes and then go away and then no more clouds again.
And you get to go, see, we get clouds.
We have clouds.
What are you talking about?
Shut up. Shut up, Mom.
But we should talk
You
about
got this, Brad.
hot
We should
takes.
talk about hot
Hunting?
takes.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
Are we already
Yeah, I
at the
got
end?
one, actually.
Boo.
Buttercream icing is 1,000 times better than cream cheese icing.
100%. What are you talking about? That's not even a hot take.
No, it depends on the cake. Okay, you're
See,
not gonna.
I knew there was
use-
going to be one.
You're
I knew
not
there was
gonna
going to be
use
one.
cream cheese on everything, and you're not going to use buttercream on everything. Buttercream
see-
is the appropriate standard for most cakes, but cream cheese is.
Not
I
a
think
good
cream
icing.
cheese only works on carrot cake.
Yeah. I'll give you carrot cake, but
Yeah.
no other cake.
Who's putting cream cheese on other cakes, Loss?
Cream cheese icing, not just cream cheese. I mean,
Could you
there's
imagine
somebody.
that somebody's-
Somebody's doing it. They're like,
Yeah,
I'm
Harold
going to come up with a
down the
cream
street,
cheese
he
cake."
loves it.
He's crazy enough. He also likes your skin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no,
the same
that's
guy.
how I met him.
Yeah,
So-
he's like, hey, watch out my
That's
cream
who we
cheesecake.
started the podcast with, me, my friends, and the guy downstairs.
AJ, get out of my head, please. Get out of my head.
Never. I live here forever now. Sorry. It's contagious. I agree with you about the buttercream icing. I think, can I double down on this cake
Please double down.
defamation session?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that most cakes I eat have too much icing on them.
100%. 100%
It's
agree.
always, people do a ratio that is too much icing.
Why does it need to be
And
covered?
they need to stop.
Like,
It doesn't
fully.
need to be, and it doesn't need the top layer to be an inch thick.
I'm going to
'Cause then
double
it's
down.
just,
Hold
I'm gonna
on.
double
Let
down.
me
Hold on.
I'm rebuttaling.
I'm going to double
Okay.
down just as. Okay, go ahead.
wait your turn, please, Senator. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
The floor is Brad's.
You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Here's my time. I can do this. Okay. Cupcakes. Too much icing.
Wrong.
I can't,
I mean, cupcakes are made for icing.
Yeah.
but still too much.
Cupcakes
like an
are
ice
like the
cream cone.
toast of the cake world.
What?
Go on.
Hold on. What?
Please
Explain.
explain.
A cupcake
Yes.
is basically a muffin, but a cupcake is made to have the icing on top.
Yeah, but I'm saying most of the time it's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but
I
what does
agree
that
with
have to
you,
do with
but
Okay,
that's
thank you.
why. because toast is the thing that you put things on. You don't just have toast. If you just have toast with no butter or
That
any
is
other
true.
thing on top of
Then
it,
you're a psychopath.
Yeah, you're the guy that likes my skin that lives in my basement. So cupcakes are the toast of the cake world. It makes sense.
Okay.
I don't need to justify it any further than that.
Okay, go back to
You
just.
don't. That
think I nailed
honestly,
it.
that worked for me. I was just very curious where you were going with it.
I
Alright.
say metaphors strangely. I use this on a day-to-day basis, but it makes people think. And if that's not the greatest thing I could do as I walk away from someone being like, cupcakes are the toast of
Toast.
the cake world?
It's true. AJ was
not done my
right.
job.
Research.
AJ was right.
Loss, what was the thing that you wanted to talk about the cake with the butter or too much?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Senator,
Too
your
much
time
icing.
to rebut.
I yield my time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you yield the remainder of your time. It's time for my turn to go, and I guess I'll approach this like modern current politics.
Please
You're wrong and you're stupid for it. How dare you think there is too much icing? Maybe it's just because I'm a red-blooded American that
Oh, boy.
I love all the icing in the world.
Please don't go into it. I hear
Senator,
it enough.
please don't get hysterical, okay? Like,
I have behind me a picture of a cupcake and a regular cake,
doesn't.
both
please do
5
it in
inches
post.
tall, full of icing. Yeah, come on, Brad, put it in right here.
Okay. I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Post.
Make it look like the cupcake is eating Laws's face.
I will.
Yeah, I'm actually okay
Yeah.
with that.
Ah! Yeah.
Perfect,
I'll do
yeah.
the sound effects. Crunch.
Okay, please.
Crunch. Crunch.
Senator?
Senator.
It's because the cake is supposed to be decorated, and
Hot take.
hot take, the cake's supposed to be decorated. Do you just like a white block?
Okay. I have many a time gone to the grocery store and just bought a loaf of butter cake just to consume. No icing, no nothing. Just butter cake because that is the nicest, most pure cake flavor and it doesn't have anything on it. So I
it is
disagree that
nice
all
and
cakes
moist.
need decorating.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Most cakes need decorating. Once you think about it, I'm just like, okay, pound cake doesn't need icing. You've got like the 7-Up cakes, which I didn't know existed until I moved
Fuck
to
is a
Texas.
seven up cake.
That's a
It's where
fucking
you
thing
put
down
7
here.
Up in baked goods.
Honestly, I think that's what it is. Hold up.
I said that as a joke, but it might be true.
I know you
'Cause
said that as
the
a
bubbles,
joke, but like
the bubbles might help the
No, I get. Yeah.
The
But
cooking
that's-
process of
perfect
the cake.
7-Up pound cake recipe.
Please don't
Yep.
link it to me. We'll put it
Yep.
with the video so we don't have to
Link
talk
it to
about
you,
it.
bitch. I'm gonna read it to you. It's flour
Bitch,
and
listen
butter
up.
and lemon
7-Up.
zest and lemon extract and 5 large eggs and 3/4 cup
Five
of room
eggs?
temperature 7-Up.
Room
That's how I like
temp.
my.
Wow.
That's how I like my 7-Up. So
Room temp and only
Hot
3/4
take.
of a cup.
hot take: room temperature 7-Up is better than cold 7-Up.
Why?
No.
Okay, actually, you
No
want to talk
soft
about
drink.
that.
Room
Room
temp.
temperature water is fucking delicious compared to
No.
cold water. On
No.
certain days, absolutely. There is nothing
Well,
better than room
it's
temperature
better
water.
for you. You shouldn't
True.
actually be drinking chilled water, apparently. But also,
That's what the scientists say.
scientists tell you everything's bad for you, and at this point,
Look,
I'm like, well, I'm gonna
To
die
revisit my
at every
character
stage.
from earlier, who believes in scientists nowadays?
Yes,
AJ, you're so
That
lucky.
is just a
And-
character and does not reflect my actual opinions on science. I'm very
I
pro
do love science. I believe in science.
Bill Nye the
but
Science Guy. my
I know
hero.
of science. Soft drink, room temperature, and water room temperature, debating wise. What water needs to be cold. This, hey, actually, I take all of this back. This might be specific on country and what your water tastes like.
Ooh, true.
Not just country, like city as well.
State.
City,
For
state,
us, state.
water sources nearby.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you get it from the tank, the local tank, or if it's
Yep.
actually in your
Rainwater,
plumbing,
you know,
rainwater,
or your plumbing,
so on and so forth.
your
Yeah.
Brita filter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
New York
Yeah, I
City
got
water
one of
is
those.
very different from Texas water.
You got a Brita filter?
Yeah.
Hey, me
I
too.
do. Yeah, yeah,
High
yeah.
five.
Hey.
Oh, I just drink straight from the tap. I'm probably gonna get cancer at some point for it.
I mean, look, there's also countries or cities and states that fluoride in the water and some that don't, and all sorts of
this is
stuff.
true.
So
Texas,
I
though,
genuinely,
I'm scared
I
they're taking
don't
that
think,
away.
I genuinely don't think that we can have the argument of all room temperature water because I think it is city specific
Yeah,
or
that's
region
true.
specific.
I will say this. I personally don't care how I'm consuming my beverages.
Sorry, I
just
really
flat
needed you
out.
to end. I really needed you to end it. I just don't
I
care.
personally don't care. And
saying.
this is where we end the
Full stop.
podcast.
But no, I don't care about the temperature of my drinks. If I'm thirsty, I'm going to
What?
drink.
That's psycho.
I mean, also that seems like a very animalistic, normal thing to say because if you're thirsty, you drink. But also,
What if someone hands you a cup of boiling hot water?
Then I will not
That's
drink
tea.
it, and I will
That's
let
just-
it cool
also,
down
it's just
and
tea.
drink it.
No, it's not. It's just a cup of hot water. It's not tea until the tea bag's in there.
Not necessarily. There could be mud in there.
yeah, true. I've heard that's the best.
I see what you've done.
But hot water is sometimes good for you. People say that.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about like straight off the kettle.
Oh, you mean boiling, like danger.
Yeah, I'm talking.
I think I would
You
know
will
better
burn
not to do
your
that.
mouth.
I mean, if
Then I
that's
think I've
if
just
you're a
proven you
dragon.
wrong, Brad. Oh well, that's fair. Are you a dragon, Brad?
Only when
Dragon
I'm
DC.
reading.
This is the dragon reveal. Oh my goodness! I'm so thankful that I was here for this episode.
I'm only a dragon when I read Room on the Broom. Okay?
What is that?
It's a
Yeah,
child's
don't
book.
Oh,
Brad has a baby.
baby books make sense. Sorry, I
sorry,
didn't
no.
mean to be super confused. I just didn't know what the reference was, and I don't have children.
I thought everybody knew Room on a Broom.
No,
No.
I have like
Hot take,
1,000
everybody
nieces,
knows
and I've
Room
never heard of
on
this
the Broom.
book.
The only things I know, the children's books I know are "I'll Love You Forever and Always."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a classic. Hungry Caterpillar.
Classic.
You guys have that one?
Yep.
Yeah. Rainbow Fish.
Yep.
Yes.
You're naming all the classic 90s
Those are the
kids'
classics.
books.
Well,
Pout
that's
Pout
the
Fish.
only
You
reference
guys
I
know
have.
Pout Pout Fish?
Sorry?
No.
Noni the Pony?
Who?
Pajama Time?
No.
Nope.
Lost? You don't
Only
you
if
know.
it's the bananas in the pajamas.
Oh, Brad's referencing our podcast with Pajama Time. We did a bit where I played a really, really rich, snobby guy, and my hired butler would dress me in my pajamas every night, and we'd sing the pajama song together.
Yes.
Oh, that's so cute and traumatic.
Oh yeah, well the characters.
The
in his
perfect
30s,
combination.
So,
Yeah. I played a Jabine who had a deep trauma backstory, but she only had an intelligence of 7, so she didn't know that it was bad. And it meant I could play such a cute character that would say things like, I remember one particular one where she was describing that if she got the cooking wrong, they would sing a song. Her 16 older brothers would sing a song that was, if you don't like the food, kick Jude. If you don't like the food, kick Jude.
Oh my
If you
gosh.
don't like the food and it's really, really bad, if you don't like the food, kick Jude.
I'm both sad and like
Intrigued? Yes.
intrigued, and I find it hilarious at the same time.
Thank you. She also sung her oath as a paladin to the theme song, or to the tune of the Pokemon theme song.
Hell yes.
Where can we find all of your stuff?
I don't know. It's all over the place.
Okay.
That was on an AP that I was on a different channel long ago. Jude Littlefoot was one of my favorite characters to play.
Jude Littlefoot?
'Cause-
Love it.
Jude Littlefoot.
Okay.
My teacher, being paladin.
Can you no, I'm not gonna ask you. I was gonna ask if you would do the song, the Pokemon Oath
I want
song.
to be the very best. Like no night was before.
Bom, bom, bom.
I don't know what the rest is.
That's fine.
I think it was
That's,
like to pledge to the god that I was in is my real test. You know, IKEA joke. Fill in the rest. Build it yourself.
AJ, I just want to say thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me.
we are hitting the 2-hour mark. Is there any final words you would like to throw out there about Castleton? Anything you want to say to the people? Would you like to beg?
Timer starts now.
Perhaps.
Senator, you have the floor. Look, if you want to date hot people and fight scary monsters,
Yeah.
if you want a setting that encompasses both romance and combat in a way that makes you question yourself regularly, but in a fun way, Castleton's the setting for you, really. I'm joking, this is a jokey tone, but it's real. There's so much in the book for you to explore, and you can basically take any of the elements for your own story or games or settings, but you could also play the world of Castleton with any system that you fancy with your home table, whether that's D&D, Daggerheart. I even think Vampire the Masquerade would be fun, or Thirsty Sword Lesbians in the world of Castleton would also be cool. You could do what you want with the elements, which include fantasy date locations, combat arenas, scary as fuck monsters that were created by demigods and bred for destruction, magic weapons, magic items, food that may or may not lead to a cookbook. There's also 60 plus romanceable NPCs. And potentially more with stretch goals to come, but lots of people to make and build an intriguing social, political hierarchy, fight to the death, matching season for love. Did I nail it?
You nailed it. Guys, October 7th, we need you to go to Kickstarter.
Or 6, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
Or 6, depending on where you're
Oh,
at.
we
Yes,
have a
thank you,
launch
Brad.
party. We're going to do a
Guys,
Twitch
there's gonna be a
stream launch
party.
party. I'm going to make
There's gonna be
Castleton
cake with a
cocktails,
lot of
even though it's
icing.
going to be super duper early in the morning for me. A cake with a lot of icing. Now I have to do that.
That now.
Too much icing.
gonna
Just
happen.
It has to be cream cheese icing, too.
Ugh. Yeah.
No.
Gross.
Buttercream. October 7th. Go to
six.
Kickstarter.com. Go look up Castleton. It's spelled like you would
Correct.
think, but we're going to spell it anyways. Castleton. Like Bridgerton, but in a castle and not on a bridge.
Correct.
Now, we want
'cause
you to
the
go.
setting is the castle and the ton of the people.
Exactly. Go there. Look it up. Pick whatever amount you want to give. Just know that if you're going to give more, you're going to get better rewards.
Dice.
So if you're like, oh, I just want to give $5, that's fine. You can totally give $5. Maybe AJ will wave at you from Australia. You don't know. But let's say you decide to give more. Well, then that entails a PDF. Let's say you give more. I don't know. Maybe that entails a shout out. Let's say you give more. Maybe you get a PDF, a shout
I
out,
love that you're
and
saying
then
things that might not even be in the
a cupcake. Let's say you give more than that. The cupcake back on the table. Maybe it'll be turned into a full
That's
cake,
not
and
how
Brad will make
Kickstarter
it.
works.
Yeah, it's called Cake Starter, right?
Kickstarter.
Starter.
Yeah. This is a new thing. We're
Castleton.
not actually promoting the Castleton Kickstarter. We're promoting our cake business that the three of
Right,
us are
right.
starting.
That's right.
Cakerton.
Kickstarter.com.
Cakerton.
Cakerton.
Cake of death.
I don't like the way that sounds.
Cakerton? Caketon.
We'll work on it.
Okay, sorry.
Anywho, though, Kickstarter, October 6th or 7th. Now I've gotten it correctly. Castleton, please give. This is an amazing idea, and it already has go to Winter's Tale. Go to YouTube. Watch it. Fall in love with it. And then order it. Get your own
Yeah.
copy. Play with your friends. Find friends and play with them.
Yeah.
It's however it's going to work for you. I'm going to give
Hell yeah.
$1 whole.
Oh.
And then more than $1. And then Brad will forgive the rest.
What?
Understood. I mean, Brad wants the cookbook so badly.
So
So
badly.
that makes sense.
Why don't you
He's
make...
going to make sure we hit that mark.
I just want the people out there to
Watch
make
me
my dreams come true.
suffer. If the stretch goals get to a certain point that I then have to make them up because I didn't plan to get to a certain point, that could be fun if you like
Yeah.
putting
Stressing.
me in a detrimental position. Yeah.
Hey, AJ, can I pull you off the
Yeah.
side really quick?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
look,
sure.
I
What's
know,
up? What's up?
okay. So I know
Yeah.
you were just saying that you might have to make some stretch goals up if you surpass.
Sure.
You know, you don't have to. You could just take the money and run. You'd become a
don't-
hated person in the entire world. But depending on
Sure.
how much you raise, you might be
Yeah.
able to just escape.
I mean, with the
Look,
amount of egotistical things I've said on this podcast, people might hate me already. So I might
That's
as
true.
well.
So
Yeah.
just double down, dig into it. Otherwise, I don't know. Then you're gonna have to.
I could also
be
do cool
creative and-
things, though. Yeah. I mean, be creative? What are you talking about? That sounds
okay.
horrendous. I don't do that on a regular basis for my job
You
consistently.
definitely don't. No,
No.
I've taken that away from this conversation. There is
Yeah,
no
okay.
creativity living.
I am
within
not a
your
creative
soul
person. No.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've tricked
let's just
everyone.
pretend maybe you did, and you had to come
Okay.
up with some creative
Yeah.
goals. That's gonna be so hard. But
Ooh,
you know,
yeah.
reach out. We'll brainstorm. Maybe
Yeah.
action figures of Castleton characters.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Or
just
like
tell them
another
Brad will
AP
bake them
show.
bread if they live in the United States, and he'll ship them bread.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That makes sense.
I think that sounds good.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, and we're back.
Thanks for the meeting. Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Did I miss something?
Hey, Brad. Have you been here the whole time?
What's up, bud?
No.
Oh,
No.
No.
tea?
Tea? Of course. I
Just
was
boiling water.
I was just getting my kettle going so I can drink boiling water in a second. So
Nice.
yes.
Yeah. I hope you get to bed.
AJ, where can everybody find you on social media?
You can find me all over the web, the interspace. What's it called again? You can find me on social media. Winter's Tales Co. on any platform, or if you want to find all of my stuff, the quirky little person that is me outside of the work I do for Winter's Tales, you can find me on any social media platform at AJ Winters VO.
AJ Winters VO. Heard it
Or
here.
Winter's Tales Co.
Probably not
Everything
first, but-
rhymes slightly. Maybe I'll make a rap one day. I won't.
You could.
Well.
You know who's really good at rapping?
AJ, stretch goal. That's
Loss?
a stretch goal.
Loss is very good
Not
at
a stretch
rapping.
goal.
Absolutely a stretch
I
goal.
am. Look at the color of my skin. I am too.
me-
Let's not do that to me. I used to do that. I used to recap episodes of different AP shows in slam poetry style. Because
Beautiful.
why not? Yeah.
AJ, that's your stretch goal that you have to make up.
No.
Slam poetry.
No, it is
Slam
not.
poetry of the Kickstarter. I think it's true. You just
I
drop
am
everyone's
not
names
doing
and you
that.
slam them. Poetry
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad, take us out.
Well, that's been Behind the Screen with AJ Winters. My name is Brad Stillman. Thank you for listening. Go find AJ and all of their amazing work where they said that
find
you
her.
could go find her. She's got nice
Please
skin.
don't.
I'm kidding.
Ah! Harold, shut up.
Is it time for our podcast yet? Sorry.
No, you remain in the basement until Thursdays. We told you this.
Oh, that's the downstairs?
You only learn at the very end of the podcast that it's actually that I've kidnapped a man. Cool.
Well, thanks, everyone.
He doesn't
I'm
know.
going to fix this in post and do an exit screen after
Are you
this.
sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Just leave it at that.
Yep.